We move through our lives, guided by a name, a sound we respond to daily. Sometimes it is spoken with warmth, other times with urgency, perhaps even in moments of stillness. But have you paused to consider this? The first letter of your name is more than an identifier. It is the gate to your inner nature. Ancient wisdom teaches us that every sound carries a certain resonance, an energy that subtly shapes our path. Your name is not merely a label you carry. It is a whisper from life itself, a color that infuses your spirit from your very first breath. Today, we begin a quiet journey to explore the landscape of the soul, guided by the letters A through Z. Let us begin this inner exploration, uncovering the subtle truths held within the first letter of your name. If your name begins with A, you carry the energy of beginnings. You walk a path of your own making, starting where others may not have yet looked. A current flows within you, one that does not enjoy stillness for long. You naturally assume a role of initiation in any setting. Whether in your work, with family, or in the community, you are the one who starts the journey. You possess an inner certainty, a clarity in your movements, and at times, a powerful resolve. When this resolve is guided by awareness, it has the strength to shift landscapes. Your spirit seeks not comfort, but unfolding. You hold the spark that carves a new trail. If your name begins with B, your life's compass is oriented toward the heart. You are a person who does not just maintain relationships, you inhabit them. Sincere love, deep bonds, and the wellness of those you care for are your highest priorities. Your dedication to your home, your circle, and your loved ones is profound. You often place the tranquility of others before your own. You embody the quality of a quiet candle, offering its light and warmth to illuminate the space for everyone. If your name begins with C, you are a channel for a wellspring of creativity. The world you perceive is full of possibilities that can be given new form. Your perspective is uniquely your own. This vision finds its way out, perhaps through art, through sound, through words, or through compassionate action. You are among those who perceive the world differently. Your gaze does not just see the surface of things, it senses the vibrant currents flowing beneath. Your inner self is nourished by freedom of thought and turns away from repetitive, dual energies. You are an independent spirit, one who brings form to the unseen. If the first letter of your name is D, then discipline, structure, and clarity are woven into your core. In any situation, you can become the bedrock, the steady presence that offers support when things feel unstable. You are true to your word and approach your responsibilities with a quiet solemnity. Your soul requires a sense of stability, and you may find yourself unsettled by carelessness or chaos. A natural sense of duty resides within you for your home, your work, and your community. You never approach your path lightly, and this is what grants you your inner strength. If your name begins with E, you are full of life force, drawn to connection, and you move with a natural, flowing rhythm. You cannot remain static for long. There is a deep thirst within you for understanding, for meeting new souls, for seeing new horizons, and for constant learning. These are the needs of your spirit. You often bring a sense of lightness to others, connecting with them easily and inspiring them through your expression. Your life is like a flowing stream, never ceasing, always moving, and bringing freshness wherever it passes. You have a natural ability to charm and an openness to your mind, but it is through this dynamic connection with the world that you find your own inner calm. If your name begins with F, you are a spirit that values freedom above almost everything else. You cannot exist in another's shadow for long. You must forge your own way forward. Even if the path is unconventional, it must be yours. You possess a unique way of seeing and may shy away from conforming to the crowd. Yet when you connect with a purpose, you stand with unshakable commitment. Your spirit is fueled by two things: freedom and a meaningful direction. When you have both, you can achieve things that seem impossible to others. A quiet strength resides within you that awakens only when you engage in a task with your entire being. If your name begins with G, you are a soul of great depth. You do not perceive life from the surface, but are drawn to its core. You seek quiet, stillness, and genuine understanding. You may be one who speaks little, but when you share your thoughts, others listen intently. There is a natural gravity to your presence and a wisdom that is rare. You are a true seeker, whether in your inner life or in understanding the world. Your spirit is always in search of what is real, pulling away from pretense and superficial distractions. You are like a quiet lamp that burns steadily, offering a light by which many can find their own way. If your name begins with H, you prioritize balance in all aspects of your life. You are a gentle spirit, neither hurried nor hesitant. A sense of peace emanates from you, bringing comfort to those around you. You are a truly gifted listener, able to understand others' hearts with great sensitivity. You seek harmony in your connections, calm in your home, and stability in your path. Your spirit is like a quiet melody that is never loud, but has the power to soothe every heart. What you share is not just heard, it is felt. If your name begins with I, you are a person drawn to the deep, inner journey of the soul. You are not easily swayed by the noise of the external world, preferring instead to go inward. You sit with your own questions. You practice introspection and often find renewal in solitude. You may appear quiet externally, but there is a vast universe unfolding within you. You do not reveal your depths quickly, but when you do connect, you connect with your entire being. Your soul is on a quest for truth, whether about life or a higher principle. You are like a traveler who walks their own path, even in a crowd, always aware of their inner destination. If your name begins with J, your very essence is one of inspiration. You carry a light within you that encourages others to continue moving forward. You are filled with a quiet enthusiasm and can find a seed of positivity in any situation. People feel more hopeful and capable in your presence. Your words, your smile, and your confidence combine to create an energy that can shift the feeling in a room. A steady flame burns in your soul, illuminating the path not only for yourself, but for those around you. You are one who lifts others, and this capacity is your greatest gift. Have you ever taken a moment to observe why one person's nature is completely calm, why another is easily stirred, why one is always smiling, while another is often lost in deep thought? You might have noticed that when you hear a person's name, a feeling or an image arises, as if a profound connection exists between the name and the person's essence. This connection is indeed very deep. Our name, and most powerfully its first letter, holds a key to the color of our spirit. This is not mere superstition, but an insight drawn from generations of quiet observation. It is understood that the first letter in a name is a resonance, an energy that journeys with us, inviting us to recognize the subtle guidance it offers. If your name begins with K, you are here to walk a path of meaningful action. You are among those who do not just hold dreams, but who work to bring them into being. You don't get lost in ideas, you seek practical solutions. A sense of realism grounds your nature. You do not like to leave things unfinished. A clear map often forms in your mind what must be done, how it will be done, and when. You are certainly connected to your heart, but your decisions are made not from emotion alone, but with mindful consideration. Your soul finds its deepest peace in purposeful action. You lead through service, because you know that right action is the highest form of practice. If your name begins with L, you are a living expression of compassion. Your greatest joy comes from seeing others find peace. You think with your heart, and you live from your heart. Your eyes can sense another person's struggle, and your presence can offer them relief. You possess a gentleness that can soothe even the most agitated spirit. Relationships, deep feeling, and a sense of true belonging are the essential needs of your soul. You are like a flower in the world, one that absorbs the intensity of the sun, but offers only fragrance to others. Your soul finds its home in love, kindness, and truth. If the first letter of your name is M, you are a very strong, steady, and focused person. No matter how gentle your outer demeanor may be, you are like a mountain inside. When you make a commitment, it is not easily shaken. You approach every task with complete dedication. For you, respect is a fundamental principle, both for yourself and for others. You will always help another person, but dislike the feeling of being dependent. Your spirit needs stability, and you maintain your composure in almost every storm. You become a shelter for your loved ones, and if necessary, you will silently bear great weight so that others do not have to. If your name begins with N, you are a soul that perceives life on a very deep level. You may seem unassuming on the surface, but your thoughts, your way of thinking, and your understanding are elevated. You do not just accept things as they appear, you contemplate what lies beneath the surface. You can be an excellent strategist, advisor, and thinker. Sometimes you are immersed in your own world, but when you choose to speak, your insights are valued. Your soul is in a constant, quiet search for knowledge and truth. You may not trust others easily, but for those you do, you offer your complete loyalty. If your name begins with O, you are a soul that believes in wholeness. You cannot tolerate things that are incomplete or left unresolved. Every action, every relationship, every emotion is like a circle for you that must find its completion. You think with great depth, and not only think but feel profoundly. You are drawn to balance between mind and body, work and rest, connection and solitude. You are like a seeker who, even within a crowd, can remain centered and calm within. Your soul needs stability, dignity, and self-respect. You never intentionally cause harm, but if someone damages your sense of integrity, you will quietly create distance. Sometimes we meet someone and, without any clear reason, our intuition tells us this person is authentic. Sometimes a person feels kind simply by their way of speaking, while another can move us deeply without saying a single word. Why does this occur? Why are we drawn to certain people, perceive wisdom in some, and feel a deep, familiar connection with others? This doesn't happen because of outward appearances alone. It happens because of energy, and a primary resonance comes from the first letter of our name. Every letter is like a seed that cultivates certain qualities within us. When we understand this, we begin to better understand not just others, but the landscape of our own heart. So, on which path is your own soul walking? If the first letter of your name is P, you are a person who gives the highest importance to depth and purpose. For you, no task is just a task. It is a responsibility, a way to contribute. You carry an energy that understands others with great ease. You may be facing your own challenges, but you cannot bear to see those you care about in pain. There is a maturity in your nature, meaning you do not get entangled in trivial matters. Your focus is often on the well-being of others, service, and realizing a meaningful vision. Your soul is measured. You could say a lot, but you speak only what is necessary. Your inner stillness is your true power. If your name begins with Q, you are among those rare souls whose way of perceiving the world is entirely unique. You do not follow the well-trodden path. You are here to create a new one. You have an innate ability to question things, and you desire to get to the very root of any matter. You are not confined by conventions, though you can respect them. At times, people might misunderstand you because you are not part of the ordinary current, but the truth is that your spirit is very deep and independent. You enjoy the process of self-discovery, and your greatest aspiration is truth itself. Even if you walk a solitary path, when you are aligned with your purpose, life itself will illuminate your way forward. If your name begins with R, you carry within you the three energies of initiative, perseverance, and passion. You do not approach any task with a divided heart. You either commit to it fully or you do not begin at all. There is a magnetic quality to your presence. People are naturally attentive to your words. You have a swiftness in action, but also the wisdom to move with careful thought. You hold a great deal of love for your trusted circle in your heart, but if someone breaks that trust, you also move on with clarity. Your self-respect is very important to you. You often remain silent rather than compromise it. Your soul is like a flame, which gives both guiding light and a clear warning. You hold a beautiful balance of passion and wisdom. If the first letter of your name is S, you are a deeply feeling and soul-connected personality. For you, genuine relationships, honesty, and trust are the three pillars of your life. You have no time for pretense. You connect directly from the heart. You have a depth that may not be obvious from the outside, but those who truly know you feel how authentic and special you are. You sometimes find yourself in the currents of your own emotions, but when you return to a place of stillness, you become calm from within. Your spirit is naturally pulled towards love and devotion. You are among those souls who would never harm another, but will quietly carry the burdens of others to lighten their load. If your name begins with T, you are a very stable, trustworthy, and diligent soul. You do not engage in showmanship, nor do you speak excessively. Your way is to work with quiet dedication and let the results of your work speak for themselves when the time is right. For you, security, reliability, and permanence are very important. If you begin a task, it is not in your nature to leave it incomplete. You possess a patience that does not allow you to break, even in difficult times. Your soul is like a great tree with deep roots, in whose shade others find rest and peace. Your love is also steady. When you connect with someone, you connect profoundly. You offer trust and you live for that trust. Now, pause for just a moment and reflect. Have you seen a new dimension within yourself? Do you sense now how alive these subtle energies are? This is not just about a name. It is about recognizing the starting point of your spirit's expression in this life. Everything that enters our journey comes with a name. A friend, a teacher, a relationship, an opportunity. Each name connects us to a new experience, but the foundation of that experience resonates with its first letter. In what direction does it orient our soul? And in the end, we can journey to a point where no name is needed, where only silent awareness remains. If your name begins with U, you are a soul that is born to touch the expansive heights of creation. You have a desire for flight, but always remain connected to your roots on the ground. You are very independent in your thinking, and you naturally give others the same freedom to find their own way. You have a generous heart, and you do not hold on to anger with anyone easily. You may feel a sense of being alone at times, but even in that space, you find your liberation. Your soul requires an open sky where it can think, feel, and find its own center. You carry a strength that is born from the practice of many journeys. If the first letter of your name is V, you are very balanced, wise, and filled with a sense of service. Your life can become an inspiration for others because you think not only for yourself, but for the collective. You have the strength to hold great responsibility, whether for your own home or for the wider world. Your thoughts are steady, and you possess the ability to see life from a spiritual perspective. There is a hidden, inner discipline within you that reveals itself quietly over time. Your soul finds its truest satisfaction in peace, selfless action, and meditative practice. If your name begins with W, you are a very unique and wonderful soul. Your journey is not meant to be an ordinary one. You are often most fulfilled when doing something new, something that expresses your distinct perspective. You hold the power of imagination, which can make you a gifted artist or a profound thinker. You may appear calm on the outside, but are deeply connected to your feelings on the inside. Your aspirations are not small, and you dedicate your whole self to realizing them. Your connections are deep. You allow very few people into your inner circle, but for those you do, you remain completely devoted. Your spirit seeks creativity, authentic expression, and true relationship. If your name begins with X, you are a mysterious soul. It is not a simple task to understand you, but for those who take the time, you are a precious discovery. Your mind is always engaged with new ideas and new explorations. You can be content in solitude and can also remain entirely private, even within a crowd. You do not like to be confined by any external system, because your soul is a seeker, a practitioner who must find its own way. Your soul looks for a higher truth in freedom, in silence, and in direct experience. If your name begins with Y, you are a very centered and peaceful person. For you, knowledge inner principles, and spiritual growth are deeply important. You possess self-mastery, and this is your greatest strength. You build your life not with grand statements, but with consistent action. Your choices are stable, and you quickly grasp the underlying truths of life. Your soul finds its deepest comfort in faith, devotion, and steady spiritual practice. You do not lose your inner composure in any situation. This is the quality that makes you a quiet pillar of strength. And if the first letter of your name is Z, you are a person who lives with a very open heart and profound depth. You have the art of embracing every color of life's spectrum. You are generous, tolerant, and also full of wisdom. You cannot find inner peace if you see others in distress. You do what you can to help. Your nature is gentle, and your energy is very inviting. Your soul discovers its true happiness in the confluence of balance, compassion, and courage. You are the soul that, often quietly, always makes a home in people's hearts. We have completed a quiet walk, an inner journey through every letter from A to Z. Each name is like a sound, a resonance that can indicate the orientation of the soul. But in moving beyond the name, we must also remember that we are not the name itself. We are the awareness that is experiencing this life through the vessel of these names. As we come to understand the gateways of our own name, we can draw closer to that which is beyond all names, beyond all forms, to the simple state of being. Ancient wisdom says that the name is a doorway, but the soul is the home. So, let us use our name as a practice of awareness and find our way back to our true connection with the soul. If you found something to learn, to know, or to feel on this inner journey, I invite you to continue walking this path of self-discovery. Share a quiet reflection below on what your name's first letter has shown you. And by sharing this reflection, pass it along to others who are also on the path of meeting themselves. Remember, in every name, there is a resonance of the soul, and every soul is a unique expression of life itself. We will meet again on another shared journey. Until then, be well.